Dan, if I can begin with you, is the way that Israel is handling these flotillas, this one in particular, with what happened on board when they were detained and their treatment afterwards, as well as Ben-Gvir's videos and his comments, is that really just giving the flotilla and the activists more prominence, more media attention, and actually working against what Israel's trying to achieve here?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. It was unbelievably foolish. There's a debate in Israel about whether it's wise to intercept the flotillas and mightn't it be better to let them arrive in Gaza and see for themselves the situation in Gaza under the boot of Hamas. The reason not to do that is because a blockade to be internationally acceptable needs to be either total or none at all. That's the argument, at least. There is no debate in Israel that I know of about the wisdom of mistreating them. At least not in any significant way. Now, Ben-Gvir is clearly an absolute disgrace.
I want to speak about the media pressure. In late of 2024, we were going through the worst period of our lives. For me, for myself, I didn't eat for like 3 days. The maritime flotillas are also playing a similar role. It highlights the situation in Gaza, and in reality, we do not see much aid entering because of Israel policy for sure, but the world is able to see what is happening in Gaza because of these flotillas.
The flotillas, have they become a ritual that both sides know the choreography to at this point in time? Are they more performative than anything else right now?
I think for the third time, my answer to your question is yes. They're obviously a ritual, and they're obviously a stunt. And the amount of aid they're carrying in, whenever they really are carrying aid, is not what's going to save the Gazans. Moreover, when aid comes in, whether the activists are treated well or mistreated, the idea is that then it's sent on to Gaza. And I know not enough aid is getting through. I think, of course, it's a performance that stems from the overall issue, which is not theatrical, which is that Israel fears a Hamas-run Gaza because Hamas exists to attack Israel, and that's the reason for the blockade. That, by the way, is not just Israel's, but also Egypt's from the south. It's a catastrophe. And as I listen here to Ahmed on our panel, it's heartbreaking. It's obvious you can see what he's gone through. But if he could speak freely, I strongly suspect, I'm not putting words in his mouth, that he would say that he wishes Hamas would leave, as we know the majority of Gazans want. So, of course, humanitarian aid should get in, but really, Gaza should have a regular economy with commerce with Israel and Egypt. And that cannot happen as long as Hamas is there. So all these well-meaning people who support the Palestinians, and I support the Palestinians, probably would do well to encourage implementation of, probably Donald Trump's only successful diplomatic effort so far in all his terms, which was the ceasefire from September in Gaza, which includes Hamas disarming. And, we're going to have a lot more of these panels talking about tragedies and iniquities unless that eventually comes to pass. And this is the be-all and end-all of everything. The flotillas are a reflection of what is a true catastrophe.
Ahmed, if we can bring you back in.
For me, the Israel, not Hamas, they are the one who killed my sister, killed their children and their entire family in 6 November 2023. Not Hamas, not everything. We are not Hamas here.
Khan, obviously...
Not all of Palestinian people are Hamas, because everything, why we are in the blockade, because of Hamas. Why we can't get out. This is my right to get out, to get whatever I want. No, it's Hamas. Why the goods, why it's not entering? Because of Hamas. We are not Hamas. We are a human in the end.
Dan, I see you want to jump back in.
I would say, again, all my sympathies go to Ahmed, and I have friends in the Gaza Strip, and I used to have staff in the Gaza Strip. And it's just a tragic situation. Yes, Israel killed members of his family, and that's horrible. But I suspect he knows that the war was started by Hamas. And it was started by Hamas in a way that was so epically brutal that Israel concluded it has no choice but to try to uproot Hamas. And that is the reason why Israel has been waging military activity in Gaza. I mean, and people die in these wars. Now, people in Gaza cannot speak freely. I mean, our audience is not naive. They know that. if Ahmed here were to criticize Hamas, they would kill him.
If there's one thing that would make a difference to your life tomorrow, what would it be? What can the international community do in the immediate term, do you think?
Open the border. Open the border. Open it. So we can go out.
It's as simple as
we
that.
We can come in. Yeah, it's simple like that. I'm going to mention something. Like isn't about 7 October, not begin 7 October. Like your guest always mention, it's because of Hamas, it's because of 7 October. Believe me, if Israel did something to us, I won't kill Israeli babies. I won't let them starving. Even if I do something wrong to anyone in this world, to any human being. This is not right. And he knows that the reality 100%. I'm really sorry about that.
Ahmed Abu Askar, Dan Perry and Khan Ross. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate your time today.